Have you ever felt too broken or discouraged and you just wish that you could restart your life? Well, an example of a person who was broken was Tina Turner.
I've had more happy days in the last 7 years than I've ever had in my entire life.
I just want to share my perspective because I think that this is just such a bold statement to say. And I think for someone to really say this, I had more happy days in the last 7 years of my life than in my entire life. You know, you gotta really know who you are. But why would Tina say that she had happier days in the last 7 years versus the 30 or 40 plus years she's been alive? Because we know that Tina, she was already, using her gifts. Like, she was so gifted when it came to like singing and dancing, and so she was already performing at a very young age, and it appeared that she was already sharing her gifts with the world. Because we know that doing and being are two different things, right? We know that Tina, she was already doing what she was meant to do or what she was born to do, right? But her mental health and her very well-being, well, that was suffering. Why? Is because we know that she was in a very toxic relationship with her ex-husband, Ike Turner, who physically and emotionally and mentally abused her.
And what ruined it was Ike had his way of feeling that he controlled people through sex, and that wasn't what held me there. I was very loyal, and that's why I stayed.
And later, I'm going to ask you a very heartfelt question that can help you evaluate your life right now based on past decisions. Because I believe that when there's more clarity, decision making is much easier. But why did Tina Turner need so much courage to restart her life? Well, it's because not only did she have to overcome this toxic relationship, but we know that she was actually suffering in silence, because what if she told someone that was really happening to her? That could have potentially backfired on Tina. And this is a clip or a quote that Tina said when talking about her abuse. Tina told one journalist, "I was afraid to put it out," speaking of her abuse, "because of what I would get from Ike." Yeah, so she was in a very sensitive situation. And so Tina could have had her own mind drama as well, right? She could have said, Ike helped me start my career. We have kids together. How can I just walk away? So have you ever felt stuck? You wanted out, but you were kind of scared of the consequences, and therefore you kind of just tried to reason with yourself so that it's easier for you to tolerate the situation. But fortunately, Tina, she found this courage to muster up this courage for herself to say, I've had enough. This isn't for me, and it's time to do me. It takes a lot of courage and awareness to do that.
At that point, I didn't want anything, actually. It was just to have my freedom.
Tina, she was able to use that severe pain to really, pull her out of that situation. That pain, in fact, was like this motivating tool to help her restart her life. The pain was so unbearable that it moved her. It literally pulled her out of that situation.
My husband and I just had a fight. I'm supposed to open at the academy tonight. I have 36 cents and a mobile card. But if you would give me a room, I swear I will pay you back.
No, that won't be necessary. Now, Miss Turner, I'd be honored, really. We'll take care of it.
And another thing too, Tina was broke, right? She literally had pennies in her pocket. So not only was she broke, but she was also brokenhearted, right? Remember, she was just trying to escape this traumatic experience. So she had a lot of challenges, not just mentally, emotionally, but also financially. But the one thing that Tina was not, right? She did not have a broken mindset. Be all types of broke, just don't have a broken mindset. Rather have a growth mindset. And because she was able to really step into this growth mindset, she was able to be strengthened by those negative experiences and also really strengthen the parts that remained in her. She made her pain matter. She gave it meaning. And that mindset, really stepping into that mindset helped her to be more resilient and really made her the legend and global icon that we know today.
And I still didn't let go of what I wanted. I wanted my own home. I wanted a home for my family. And I wanted to be like the Rolling Stones and all the guys out there that was packing the stadium.
So let's talk about your past decisions. Have you ever been in a relationship? And when I say relationship, it could be a committed relationship that you said yes to months ago or years ago, heck, even a week ago. It could be with a person, or it could be a relationship with a thing. Perhaps you said yes to a job offer, or you said yes to purchasing a big purchase like a house or a car. So your past self thought this was a great idea, and was filled with excitement and said yes, right, to the commitment, said yes to the investment. So here's that heartfelt question. And before you answer this question, I really want you to take a deep breath and really allow your present self, who you are right now, to be open and honest about this question. So knowing who I am right now and what I know about this relationship, right? You're talking in terms of the investment, the time and energy and resources that you poured into this relationship. So it's the who and the what. So knowing who I am right now and knowing what I know about this relationship. Would my answer still be the same, right? If it was offered to me again, would my answer still be the same? Okay, well, what if you say no, right? What if you said, well, Aubrey, you know, knowing who I am right now and knowing what I know about this relationship, you know, it's just not, I'm not emotionally connected to it anymore. You know, I'm not mentally attached to this relationship anymore. And therefore, if the offer was presented to me again, well, I would say no, I would pass. And perhaps that was Tina's situation, right? I don't think anyone with the right mind would jump into a relationship knowing that it was that it would cause them a traumatic experience, right? I think that she was probably, when engaging in a relationship with her ex-husband, that it was going to be great and great potential, not the great war.
And there was some truth in the fact that how it was in the beginning was a truth. There was a man that we were very close friends, and since he had been so good to me, I thought, well, I will give that favor back. And then after about 7 years of it, I decided that I couldn't help the situation, that it was irreparable, and that I must get on with my life.
So just to be clear here, you know, a redecision is not something that you would regret. To me, a redecision from a yes to a no, it is just a redirection of your time and energy towards a better opportunity that is more authentic to you right now. Because to me, they're lessons. They're not weapons to me. To me, they're lessons. They're experiences. They're lessons that you can, that I think that just adds value to you as a person, if you have the right perspective about that past decision. It's never too late to redecide on a past decision, you know, especially if it's not fostering your true identity once you're aware of it or your authenticity. But some people that might say that 7 years of happiness is really not enough for them, right? Meaning that they will actually go for the 40 plus years of living inauthentically and kind of just cruising through life, right? Tolerating life and not really celebrating it. Because to them, they would rather choose quantity over quality of life.
I have a strength that came along with my success. I feel that I've had more happy days in the last 7 years than I've ever had in my entire life. And that's an achievement at this stage of my life. I'm very pleased with how far I've come and what I have become.
But Tina reminds us lesson number 4, that it's not how long we live, but it is how we live, right? Because someone could live to 100 years old, but live a very miserable and in a life that they just tolerate. But someone could live 25 years, but have lived the best life ever. But not all of us are celebrities or mega superstars like Tina Turner. So is resilience only for certain people? Well, I actually interview everyday people like you and me, and in my next video, I interview an entrepreneur who shares his struggles with rejection and the mindset he needs to overcome these challenges. So I'll see you there. Take care.